Alrighty, we are here. Last tier list, season one, where we're ranking the characters. We got the Vanguards or tanks next. There's 8 of them, and I've said in all the videos this season, but see, the S tier here is only characters that I want to either pick or ban. They're broken. Are we playing them? If not, I probably want to ban them. Okay, and then A tier is obviously very good. B tier is solid, good. C tier, a little bit that leaves to be desired, and D tier is terrible. Please don't play them. We'll get right into it with Magneto first. But before I get to Magneto, actually, if I find a single one of you skipping to the end to see where I place these characters, I will find you. I'll hunt you down and your family, and I will kill you. Okay? But now that that's said, and you're here watching the video, we're starting with Magneto. And Magneto is S tier, baby. People are probably a little surprised by that. I think Magneto is the second best tank in the game, arguably first, and his ultimate gets so much more value this season because our friend Cloak and Dagger is now like the most picked character in the game with all the buffs they gave her. Cloak and Dagger gets picked like 62% of the time, I think it is. That's insane. Okay? Over 60% of the time, the other team is playing Cloak and Dagger. Okay? Well, with that knowledge, a good Magneto, and it's a little bit tough to pull off, harder than you think, but a good Magneto can charge up his meteor enough, hit that Cloak and Dagger that has to dash 4 times on the ultimate, and kill them, and then their entire ultimate, all the smoke is gone. Right, so good Cloak and Daggers are trying to like hide in a building on the fourth dash, or start their ultimate 40 feet in the air where they can't be hit so easily by Mag, and it's like if my Magneto kills their Cloak and Dagger mid-ult, like we're winning that team fight. It's like game, set, match. Like Magneto had so much value just for that alone. Let alone he has a good shield, he has a good kit, he's solid, great survivability, solid damage, can bubble the dive character, bubble himself if he gets grabbed by Wolverine. Like this character's amazing. So slept on. The most underrated tank in the game is Magneto. He's ridiculous. I always want him. My two tank comp, our team comp. He's great. The Meteor ultimate is just so good at killing Cloak. It's amazing. You can even kill a Mantis through their ult. So always pick this character. Really, really good. I think he should get banned more if your team's not running it. Next is Thor. Thor's A tier. Thor's a bully, man. He's just gonna chase you down. He can push you. Just keep hitting you in the head with the hammer. He's great at killing the backline and being hella annoying. He's got great survivability. Thor's probably like one of the best characters if you're like solo queue and you're like, yeah, I got to do it all because he does it all. Even his team up gets more value this season because Hela's getting banned substantially less than she did last season, and that team up with Hela is really solid. Her ability to kill someone and bring you back to life instantly is ridiculous. So all in all, Thor, good ult, good character. He's A tier for sure. Our man Groot, and I think Groot has to be higher than Thor just because Groot's ultimate is better. Thor's ult can kill someone, right? It can kill a backline person if you're good with it. It's usually going to get you maybe 1 kill. Groot's ult can win the whole team fight and get you 2, 3 kills. So I think just because his ultimate is better, I think I have Groot higher. Groot is really good if someone overextends to like put a wall behind them, trap them, do high damage quickly. He ults, he puts his wall down, so he kills the whole team quickly. He just can't survive a Wolverine, right? So if you know you want to play Groot or your team's playing him, just ban Wolverine and be safe. Next we got Hulk, and I think Hulk is probably the best tank in A tier because his team up is still pretty good. The Gamma team up, even if you're not running Iron Man, because Iron Man's more fringe character, more high risk, high reward character. If you're just running Hulk and Strange, I mean the Gamma value just add to Strange, who's I'll get to it later, but probably the best tank in the game is just well worth it. Hulk's a dive tank as well that's really good at just annoying the backline, especially when he ultimates, does crazy damage. Great survivability. You're about to die, you pop ult. Now you're in the game longer. Hulk is just so good in so many ways. The only thing you have to worry about is if you do get stuck into Bruce form and you're like one of the last people to die, you get isolated. Like the other team is, if they're really smart, they're just gonna keep you in Bruce form as long as possible and stagger you so that you're not able to get back to the next team fight for way too long. But aside from that, Hulk is really really good, really solid pick always. Now Venom is one of those where I really struggle because every time I see him played, even in these high elo games, I'm usually like, oh, man, I bet we could get more value out of another tank. Unless we're truly running an aggressive dive comp, I'm not sure that we want a Venom. And Venom did see some play. Nightmare really favored him in that Season 0 tournament. But I think like that North America tournament with Nightmare was the only tournament I saw that they were really using Venom consistently. Like the Asia tournament, the Europe tournament, they weren't really valuing this tank as much. So I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I'm really curious to see. I think it's March is the season one tournament. What's the tank comp, what's the meta, and if this character is actually getting played then. Because I feel like they fell off a little bit. I feel like people realize his ultimate's really not that great or game changing, especially like some of the other tanks, like a Magneto, a Groot, a Strange Ult. And so I feel like for those reasons, even though his ability to stay alive, get that large blue health bar when he gets low is really good, I just don't know if he's as good as the tanks above him. So I'm keeping him like B plus. I almost want to put him A minus, but I think I have to keep him B for now. Penny Parker has the worst win percentage of all the tanks and the second worst win percentage in the entire game in Grandmaster Plus this season. Penny Parker is a 42.13% win percentage. That is bad. I've been saying it since season 0 that this character is bad. They're fringe. Even when you're defending or trying to play domination, I'm just like, instead of just trying to hold down the hill with this shitty little spider nest with the mines, like, just play a better tank. People can shoot the mines off the ground. They can kill the spider nest in 2-3 seconds, and then you're just not adding a whole lot of value. Now, the penny mains, they're going to say, but I can shoot my web and stun somebody out of an ult or something. It's like, well, why are we playing a character just for that like little bit of niche value? Why don't we just play a character that's really good game-changing ultimate, that stays alive better, that does more damage, that's just going to help us win the game more than these niche situations? Penny Parker's ultimate is terrible. And because of all of those reasons, I think this character is just like a pub stomp character that's just going to kill people that aren't familiar with the mines, that aren't even looking for the mines, that aren't looking for the spider nest. Like, that's when Penny's good. And so in just these high elo games, at the time of recording of this video, I'm number 45 on the leaderboard. Penny Parker just doesn't see play. In like the 1 in every 15 games I see a Penny, we eat. We kill Penny over and over. Their team falls apart, and it's just not a good pick. Cap is definitely better than Penny and slightly worse than Venom, I think. I think Cap with the buffs is now like B tier, solid B tier. And if I have Venom as like a B plus pick, I think Cap is right there as like he'll be super annoying. And he's great at making the other team turn around, especially in Convoy. If you just run to their back line. The tank has to peel now for this Cap that's not doing a whole lot of damage, but is probably never going to die. And so you're like distracting their focus. Now your team's able to do more, push up more. Even in domination, can get a bunch of touches on the zone and keep the other team from capping it. I just think the tanks above them just have more of an impact because they do more damage. They just do more. They have game-changing ultimates, and Cap's just like, all right. Like, he's just solid, but nothing crazy. And then we get to Strange, who I kind of go back and forth. Is Strange actually still number 1 or is it Magneto? Because Magneto's just been getting so much more valuable every game that I'm like, it's close. Because what I'm finding is in the really competitive matches, it's really tough to actually get an amazing Strange ultimate off. And if you do, it's like, oh, wait, that is why he's the best tank. He can do that ultimate and kill the whole team. He can, in certain maps and scenarios, he can use his portals to completely spawn trap the other team, which I'm like, that's busted, right? That just wins you the 3rd point every time. His ability to kind of get you into the hill on domination when you just lost a team fight, or get you straight from attacking a convoy right to where you want to be, a point of advantage with his portals is amazing. His shield is like the best shield in the game. He has all this good stuff, especially if he's got Gamma, can do a lot of damage. So I'm like, dang, Strange is such a good pick. His ability to just levitate allows him to stay alive so much in so many fights and have so much value. So I think he still is edging out Magneto as like the number 1 tank and like a top character in the game, but it's close. He's definitely S tier. It's just like, is he number 1 or number 2 in my mind? But this is where I'd put the tanks. If you actually watch this whole video, I really, really appreciate you. I enjoy making this content. I'm going to keep doing it and being consistent with it. So if you keep watching, I appreciate that. But that's all I got to say about the tanks and all the characters season 1. Appreciate it.